There's a Woody Allen movie that's my favorite movie, Love and Death. Well, it's not my favorite all-time movie, but it is like one of my favorite movies, especially from him. And one of the reasons why it is my favorite movie is because of the Diane Keaton character. She is so what I used to be. You know, she'd always fall in love with the wrong person, and it just never worked out. And meanwhile, the Woody Allen character is always in love with her. But as she says to him at one point in the movie, I love you, but I'm not in love with you. And eventually they get married. And in the beginning of the marriage, because she doesn't have that in love type of feeling, it's a very it's a very tense type of relationship that they're experiencing. But you know, he tries with his Woody Allen earnestness, and eventually she loves him. But even though at the end of the movie she says, "You're the only man I've ever loved." So being in love is really not loving. Is that correct? Being in love is a chemical imbalance. Yes, I think that's it. Being in love, then you're chemically imbalanced. Because loving is a totally different thing. There are so many degrees of loving. Maybe not even to love. Maybe it's to be compassionate. Because to me, my definition of compassion is loving with understanding. And I think that's what a lot of issues in this world today and people in this world today need is compassion. They need compassion rather than criticism. And in my mind, I would be the first person to criticize a lot of the global issues that are happening out there. But the only way that change is going to happen is through compassion, not criticism. Now, I think criticism is necessary. I think we need people like Louis Black and Bill Maher and comedians that will poke fun at ridiculous situations so that people's eyes are opened to how ridiculous a situation can be. But to continue in that critical mode of thought every time we refer to that situation, person, or event, it's not helping. It's not helping anything. It's it's like worry. Worry is a destructive energy, and prayer is the opposite. Prayer is a productive energy. So criticism is necessary to bring certain things to light, but then what those certain things need is compassion. So getting back to being in love seems to be a waste of energy, although when you're in it, it feels so good. But it's also an escape from reality, just like taking drugs, just like drinking, just like sex, just like shopping, just like gambling, just like anything that takes you out of reality. Being in love isn't real. And I know I'm going to get criticism for that, but I really think being in love is an escape. And I think what the world needs now is compassion.